Unbelievable!
The king is here.
Yes, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh my gosh, what is the origin of you becoming a Michael Jackson impersonator?
Well, I've been doing this professionally for the last 5 years, and I recently made a video if Michael Jackson made trap music, which allowed me to get the opportunity to be a part of the Invincible show by Darrin Ross.
Now, Michael is actually your government name.
No.
No?
That's my stage name, Michael Trapson.
Okay, Michael Trapson. Well, welcome then, the king. So, 5 years, the man has been dead longer than you've been impersonating. What inspired you to do it?
Well, I've always been a Michael Jackson fan, but I think when he did die, it gave me the passion to want to, celebrate his life and celebrate his legacy in my own way. I do it through trap music, but I'm here, but I got the opportunity to be a part of the Invincible show.
Phenomenal. Thank you.
June 11th.
June 11th.
June 11th, absolutely. That was just a little bit of what Michael Jackson fans will see on June 11th at New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Here to tell us how this all came to be is the creator, producer, and director of Invincible, a glorious tribute to Michael Jackson, Darrin Ross. Welcome.
And with him is the show's musical director, but we're going to meet them right after this.
The doggone girl is mine. Now the way that it stands, she's out of my head.
This whole thing.
That was just a little bit of what Michael Jackson fans will see on June 11th at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Here to tell us how all this came to be is the creator, producer, and director of Invincible, a glorious tribute to Michael Jackson, Darrin Ross. Welcome to BK Live. Thank you very much for being here, Darrin.
Thank you for having us.
Along with Darrin is the music director of the show. That's Uglybraine, whom his mother calls Doron Live. Thanks for being here, Doron. And we're also happy to welcome Spatz Donovan.
Spatz.
Spatz.
Ta-da!
He knows his name.
Hiya, hiya.
He's a master showman. Welcome,
Yowza.
Spatz. Thanks
Hey,
for being
thanks.
here.
Nice to be here.
Get in there.
Darrin, when did you decide to put this whole tribute together? How did it come about?
Well, I've always been a lover of Michael Jackson, his music, his videos. But once he passed in 2009, a friend of mine came together and we said, let's do a tribute show. And we put together a tribute show that I felt would be the best one. I watched all the other tribute shows and I said I want mine to be fantabulous, extravaganza. I searched the world for the best impersonators. My musical director, who I worked with for years, Mr. Doron Lev, anointed beatbox extraordinaire, Jeffrey Perez, who is the world's most sounded like Michael Jackson impersonator I know, and Pete Carter, he's in a lot of the magazines as Michael Jackson. They'll actually say this is Michael Jackson sighting, it's Pete Carter. And we came together and we put together the show, and it's been going on. This is the 7th season premiere, and we're doing it June 11th. But the fascinating thing about this is they've allowed me, can you believe this, to do a whole Michael Jackson celebrate his legacy day.
All day.
So we're going to have things for the kids. We're going to have contests, dance and dress. We're going to have workshops. Michael Trapson, who you just saw, he has a song. Michael Trapson has actually taken the Michael Jackson legacy to the next level and done it with trap music.
Yeah.
He has a viral video called Billie Jean and I Dab, which you guys can check out. But he's going to teach the dab and also the moves. And then we're going to culminate the whole evening with the 7th season premiere of Invincible. All in one day, June 11th at NJ Pack.
So Spatz, you're a master showman and you're the musical director over here.
Yep.
When Michael was getting ready to perform, our producer was like, I want to call my mother. Like, she was all excited. What do you think it is about Michael Jackson that continues to endure through your professional lens even, not just as fans, but as professionals? Why do you think the legacy is still so apparent?
His career and his body of work is unlike any other American artist, because when he was young, came up in Motown with definite influence from everyone from Charlie Chaplin to James Brown, and he made the transition seamlessly and even led the way through every trend in music. And his message was always love and peace and breaking down barriers between people. And I think that echoes still with all the young people who hear his music to the people who saw him live and want to see it again.
And Spatz, you had a personal interaction with Michael Jackson. Can you tell us about that and maybe how that led a little bit to his signature look?
Sure. You know, I got to tell you, I worked at a place called Rosie O'Grady's Good Time Dixieland Jazz Emporium, part of Church Street Station, which was down in Orlando, Florida, 2 whole city blocks, authentically antiquated to the turn of the century, gas lights and cobblestone streets and horse-ridden carriages and red hot mamas and can girls and 8-piece band, and the band would slide down the pole onto a gazebo stage, and I would do my thing. My act was kind of like Sammy, with a little bit of Jackie Wilson. And my manager managed Jackie. So Michael would love to come to Orlando because he loved going to Disney World. Because he was into, like you said, fancifulness and lightness, and he loved to love. And that's my philosophy, love to love, hate to hate. I get this knocking on my dressing room door. He says, one of the waiters, come on downstairs, Michael Jackson's waiting to see you. So I went down there after 2 or 3 times because I didn't believe him. So I went downstairs and went and had dinner with Michael. And he says, he says, like almost like Mickey Mouse. His voice was so high. He says, Mr. Donovan. I said, call me Spatz. He says, Spatz. He says, who were your favorite influences? Well, I said, Sammy Davis Jr., Jackie Wilson, Fred Astaire, Bing Crosby, Louis Armstrong, and and he says, oh, those were mine too,
There you go.
He says, it was like immediately we connected. And then the bottom line was, he says, why do you wear white gloves and white spats when you perform? I said, well, I come from 4 generations of American show business, going way back to vaudeville in New York. My great-grandparents knew George M. Cohan, right? So I said, in the old days, and during the time of Thomas Edison, before he invented the electric light bulb, you had to be seen in the back of the theater, right? So I said the most prevalent things that you had to be aware of was around your mouth, white, around the eyes, hands, and feet. Those are some of the most prevalent things. And Michael's face went, oh my God. I said, what are you doing tomorrow? He says, well, I'm going to Disney World. Yes, you are. But you're going to fly there like Peter Pan. What? He says, what do you mean? I go, well, Michael, I'm going to take you on early morning breakfast, and we're going to get into a gondola, and we're going to rise above the ground, and we're going to float across Disney World. He says, are you crazy? I said, yes, so come along with me. He says, that sounds like fun. So I said, break of dawn. We got to get there when the heat rises. So we got in the gondola. We're flying over Disney, and just as the employees are just entering, and he's like looking over, and his mouth, just dropped. And he couldn't believe it. And then he says, you want to go tree topping? So that meant we're going to pick pine cones off the tops of trees, and we're throwing the pine cones down on golfers.
How does
on the
all
golf
this relate
course.
back to his one glove?
Well, he says to me while we're in the air, he says, tell me the story about about the white spats and I told him again. So at the end, after we had gone through this amazing journey, and he says, Spatz, he says, I want to stay friends with you forever. He gives me his phone number that only 4 people had.
Yeah.
And I kept in touch with him, and he says, you're my personal play friend. Because he says, I never had any childhood. My father was always kind of mean, So I said, he says, this is the most miraculous fun day, in my whole life. He says,
Awesome.
He says, tell me about, I said, yeah, I said, the white glove, the white
You are
spats.
an episode unto yourself. We only have 3 more minutes, and I have so many questions. So, Spatz, you be
Yes,
my
sir.
personal friend when these lights go off. And
I
you have to
know.
tell me these
Promise
stories.
me you won't behave yourself.
I'll give you my number. Everybody has
This
it.
is the man.
But
We
yeah.
got to go see the show.
Tell
It's
us about the
amazing.
choreography, because the showmanship is one thing, but the dance, you can't separate Michael from the movement.
Well, to do the choreography, you have to think, I had to bring the big guns in. The big guns is the guy that was with him from the Bad Tour all the way throughout.
Spatz? No, I'm just kidding.
it's that guy, Lavelle Smith Jr.
Okay.
He was with Michael Jackson as his principal dancer and choreographer for over 23 years. He created a lot of the works we do on the show. Scream, Goes, Dangerous, he's done it. He's also our historian and our mentor. So we brought him in, he came aboard, he loved what we were doing, and he just took it to the next level.
And he's worked with this woman as
Yes,
well.
he's worked with Beyonce.
Janet,
Yes.
more importantly.
Yes.
So I wanted to
He did
ask
that
you,
video,
man,
yes.
Not mad at that, Doron. So we have Michael Trapson here, and we know that trap music was something that wasn't in our minds when Michael left. But what do you think he would be doing musically? He was always at the front and pushing things. Where would he be now?
Always
if he was
be
around?
right on the cutting edge. Because if you listen to his last record, it was already going in that direction. And you could hear a lot of hooks from artists today that sound like his last album, kind of,
Yeah.
So, Michael Jackson was always, at first, consummate musician, unrivaled vocalist, worked with the best, from Nile Rodgers to Quincy to everyone. So his finger was always on the pulse of what's happening now in music.
Real quick, in 10 seconds, just to tell us more info about the show again. When
The
and where
show
is it?
is June 11th, NJPAC, Newark, New Jersey. It's a Celebrate Michael Jackson Day. You can go to njpac.org to get more information and to purchase tickets. If you love his music, you love his videos, you're not going to see it. The #1 MJ tribute show in the world, personally endorsed by Joe Jackson himself, will be there live.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. You're going to have no shortage of fans there.
And now, as we promised, we've got some fantastic beatboxing here. Take it away, guys.
Anoint that ass, Doron, love.
You know we're bad, so y'all beware. And if you're looking for a thriller, then I'll be there. King of pop and the rep is tough. But don't stop till you get enough. Yeah. Who made you wanna dance all night? And it really didn't matter if you black or white. Remember the time. Remember who taught you the ways of the smooth criminal moonwalker. You never seen this kind of action live. Easy as ABC, the Jackson 5. Killing the scene with the Billie Jean dancing machine. You had us glued to the TV screen. You better say what you mean. I wanna rock with you. We gonna make them scream, but every show in the world rock them all. Pop, soul, hip hop, rock and roll. We are the world. Yeah, you know what's going on. Yeah, they gave me the mic. They told me to heat it up. Here we are live, Brooklyn at BRIC Media. Me and Anointed S, the MJ Rap. Come and see us June 11 at NJPAC. Peace. Yo.
That was great. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Thank you.
So get out June 11th, of course, at the NJ Pack for Invincible.
Celebrate Michael Jackson.
Celebrate
Day.
Michael
Absolutely.
Jackson
It's not
Day.
a concert.
Yeah.
It's a day to celebrate the life and legacy of the king of pop himself, Michael Joseph
All right,
Jackson.
Doron, Spatz.
Be there or be square.
Absolutely.
Man, if this is an event of a lifetime,
Right.
you will just come out of it. You'll walk out of the theater after watching the show,
Feeling like
and
you've
you'll
seen
forget where you parked your car.
And I'm sure there'll be no shortage of fans there. Thank you guys for being on BK
Thanks for
Live. Thank you
knowing
for
us,
watching,
everybody.
everybody.